Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean Dolan here, and today we're kind of doing a little bit of different video. So usually I have my PowerPoint presentation and talk about like Kindle publishing, but today I want to do a little bit of story time video. I'm not too sure how many people will like this, but if you guys enjoy this type of video, please let me know. I have other stories to tell too, but in this video I want to talk about like why I got my jaw surgery and kind of the journey that went through it, because I've been working on this for the past 5 years since I was like 20. And if you're interested in business videos like my regular viewers are, then I think this will be somewhat interesting. And if you're here, if you found my video through searching double jaw surgery, then this will be more. I do want to make a video separate from this where I go more into like the actual surgery process and what to expect and everything, because when I was going through the recovery process and even before the surgery, uh, watching these videos of other people going through the same type of surgery was super helpful, and it was very, very reassuring to know that I wasn't the only one and to learn what to expect and everything. So I want to make a separate video on that, but on this video I want to talk about more like kind of the journey and the inner struggles that I had to go through because of having no money to actually get the surgery back when I discovered that I had to get the surgery when I was 19, 20, and then the whole journey of like saving money, building the business, and finally being able to afford getting this surgery after 5 years of trying to get it. So if you don't know me, my name is Sean, and I'm born and raised in Japan in the countryside. Uh, and when I was 14, I moved to Hawaii, which is where I currently live. I grew up in the middle class, so it wasn't like we didn't have any money, but it wasn't like we were rich either. And since I was a kid, I remember hating the fact that being feeling restricted because I didn't have money, where going to a restaurant and choosing the food based on the price, or not being able to buy or do stuff that I wanted to because I didn't have the money, or having to go to work because I had to make money, right? I just hated that feeling of money controlling me and restricting everything that I wanted to do. So when I was 18, I was introduced to network marketing by my friend, and that's where I discovered the concept of passive income, where up until then, I thought the only way to make money was to trade your time with money. But then I learned that, there's this thing called passive income where you can do the work once and you get paid over and over and over. So immediately I'm like, this is what I wanted all my life. This is the solution to the constant mental struggle that I was going through, where feeling like money was kind of trapping me. Anyways, long story short, I never made any money from network marketing. I was still living with my parents. I was broke, didn't have any money. I was just starting to get into like sales because I learned from reading a book that, sales is the fastest way to increase your income, because you're not really waiting for a promotion or a raise. You just simply, if you sell more, you get paid more. So that's why I wanted to learn sales. And when I was 19, I got into door-to-door sales, selling curvy vacuum cleaners. So right when I started that, I went to a routine checkup to my dentist, and I met this orthodontist that I never met before. He was the one that was doing the cleaning for my teeth, and then he also, after the cleaning, he told me that, hey, my bite is actually not straight. What it was I had a underbite and also a crooked bite, because my bone, I think it's this side, is longer than this side, so my bite was like slanted. It's like this way, and also had an underbite. So that's why my smile was never straight, and you can tell in the picture. And this is something that I've always noticed all my life, that in pictures I look a little like not straight around the mouth area, but I never knew why. And so the orthodontist telling me this, it made sense, and he told me that the surgery is the best way to fix it. He's gonna do the braces, and then I have to get the surgery after. um, I asked him the cost, and he told me it was $9,000. Now, he also said that because, you know, insurance doesn't really cover this kind of surgery, Although it's more of a medical procedure, they always consider it a cosmetic. So insurance doesn't cover it. So he haven't done this surgery in a while. So he was just estimating the price, but he told me it was $9,000. And when I was 19, just starting door-to-door sales, I was expecting to make a lot of money with it, thinking I would just kill it with door-to-door sales. So I'm like, okay, $9,000 including the braces, it isn't too bad. So I decided to get the braces. Now the braces was $5,000. So I paid him, well, I started paying him in, monthly payments for the braces. And I started the braces when I was 19. A year later, I moved to Oahu, which is the island that I live in now. Backtracking a little bit, I didn't make any money with door-to-door sales. Like I did it for like a couple months, and I made maybe $3,000, $4,000 over the period of 3, 4 months. So, and I was working 12-hour days, but it was a great experience, although I didn't make any money. But after I moved here, I started working for retail sales. So I did retail sales. I was making like 30 grand a year. Uh, Still struggling with money. Didn't have any money in the bank account, but making 30 grand a year, I just lived extremely frugally, and I saved around 800 to $1,000 a month because I was living off like maybe 700, 800 bucks a month, including rent, food, and everything. So I literally just, paid for the essential stuff that I needed to live, and I was saving everything I have. So after doing that for a couple months and saving up a couple $1,000s in my bank account, I went to see my orthodontist again at the monthly braces tune-up thing. And I just, told him I have the money saved up for the surgery now. It's still $9,000, right? Which I paid 5 grand for the braces, so I should have the money by now. And he's like, $9,000? I never told you $9,000. It's probably gonna be more like $14,000. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you told me it was $9,000, and that's why I accepted this surgery. I don't have $14,000, but of course, I was naive and I didn't get anything in writing in terms of like the surgery cost. I just trusted him. So he switched the story, he changed the story up, but there was nothing I could do. And another stupid thing is I didn't get the new cost, the $14,000 in like writing as well. So it was just another thing that he said. But leaving the office frustrated, I was like, how am I gonna get $14,000? Obviously, I just have to keep saving more money for a longer period of time. So I went another 1 year, just living very frugally and saving everything I have. I did make a transition to a better job where I started making around $50,000 a year. So I was saving a little more, over 1.5K a month or something. And so after 1 year, I finally saved up $14,000. And then I went back to the orthodontist and told him, okay, I have $14,000. And he's like, all right, awesome. Now I will refer you to the oral surgeon because the orthodontist is the one that's doing the braces, but he's not the one that actually does the oral surgery, right? The process is you straighten out the teeth first with the braces, but since your jaw is like misaligned, it's gonna, your teeth from the upper and the lower teeth, the bite's not gonna be aligned. Your teeth is gonna be straight, but the bite's not gonna be aligned. The bite will be corrected by the oral surgeon, where he will come in, cut up my face, and then kind of like align it and tie everything together. So he referred me to the oral surgeon. I did the consultation with the oral surgeon, and the oral surgeon quoted me $30,000 for the surgery. So what happened was the orthodontist was just estimating the price, and he was way off when it comes to the surgery cost because he's not the one that's doing the surgery. He was literally just guessing and throwing out numbers. So the cost that I was quoted for the oral surgeon was the accurate one, and I did get like a bunch of second, third, fourth, fifth opinions when it comes to like this surgery, but that seemed to be the price for the surgery. So that was like the standard. which sucked because I didn't have 30,000 after 1 year of saving up money to get the 14,000. And I was like, finally I can get the surgery. I've been going at it for like 2 years. And then bam, they just raised the price for another $16,000. So I was super frustrated, very pissed off. And then I just, every time this happens, just hated the feeling of just money controlling my life, the lack of money controlling my life. And, I don't really give a damn about having a nice house or having a nice car to impress people. I don't want nice, I don't really care for like luxury stuff. All I want is the freedom to be able to do whatever I want, work on stuff that I like, enjoy doing, and also my health is very important. So I spend money on my health, and this was part of my health because if your bite is not straight and if your bite's not aligned, it affects all kinds of stuff in your body. So it was a medical reason that I wanted to get the surgery. And not being able to get the surgery because of the lack of money, it really, really frustrated me and really made me want to just be, motivated me to be financially free and work on being financially free. Also, just a side note that I checked with pretty much every single insurance there is, and they all, pretty much told me it wouldn't be covered because it's considered a cosmetic surgery. Now, this might be just in the state of Hawaii. And in other states, I heard that this surgery is considered medical and it's covered. So if you're watching this trying to get the surgery, definitely check and still ask around and don't just give up, thinking that the insurance wouldn't cover. But what happened after I was told it was $30,000 to get the surgery, I literally just gave up saying I couldn't do this. $30,000 is like too much. I can work for another 16 months, right? Because I'm saving like 1K a month. And I can save up $30,000 by the time I'm like 23 and get the surgery. But then I'm literally just using up all my savings that I saved up for the past 3 years. And at that point, I wanted to, start doing like building a business and real estate investing because my ultimate goal was like financial freedom. So I just gave up. I went back to the orthodontist, took off the braces, and just didn't do anything when it comes to like, progressing with the surgery for about a year, year and a half or so. So I'm at like 23 at this point, and what I did instead of working towards the surgery was I started a business. So I stumbled across Kindle publishing, which I was very fortunate to do because I started the business and I started making $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month. A year later, I'm making $10,000 a month. And I've been doing that for like close to 3 years now. And now, the past couple months, I'm making $20,000, $25,000 a month from it. And I'm literally saving everything, still living off, $1,000 a month, including rent, food, and everything. Saving everything, and I invested a lot of it in real estate too. I did have a very bad business decision where I lost over $110,000 in 1 year when I was like 24. So if you guys want a story, like a story time video of that, about that, how I lost over 100 grand in one single year, then I can definitely do that. So that got me into like 40K in debt at 24. But anyways, I just kept on saving, pretty much everything I made because my Amazon income was still strong. But anyways, I just kept on working, kept on, sticking to it, and kept on saving everything I have, got out of the debt, and just started saving money again. And finally, at around 24, I'm like, if I don't get this jaw surgery now, because the whole process takes like 2 years, you have to get the braces to straighten the teeth out, and then get the surgery, and then do another 1 year of braces. So if I don't get the surgery now, I mean, I'll never get it done. So I finally decided to do the surgery because I had $30,000 saved up, thanks to Kindle publishing and all the other business that I started. But this was like already 4 years in, so I'm like 24 at this point. And I went back to the orthodontist, got the braces on. 1 year later, I got the surgery in September, so that was 2 months ago. Still have the bands inside, but I was wired shut for like a month. So that's why I'm kind of talking like this. But yeah, so far, my face is pretty swelled. Still very hard to talk, still on the liquid diet and everything. But overall, I finally got the surgery done and I'm pretty glad about it. And one of the things that I'm really happy about is I'm already noticing like a good health benefit from having my jaw aligned, because I used to have my nose like clogged up constantly all my life. And because of that, I would sleep with my mouth open. So I had like sleep apnea. So no matter how many hours I sleep, like I would sleep like 9 hours a day. And I thought that I needed 9 hours of sleep, and I would still wake up really tired. But nowadays, after the surgery, I'm sleeping like 8 hours a day, 7 hours a day. And because my nose is like not clogged at all, I'm breathing from my nose, no sleep apnea at all. And I'm feeling much better and much more energy when I wake up. So that's actually a huge benefit because, I'm trying to be more productive. So having that extra time is like really helpful. But yeah, so anyways, the surgery, it was all out of pocket. I had to pay $30,000. It took me 4 damn years to save up the money and really afford that. But I'm extremely glad that I got that done. And at the same time, I'm really proud that I was able to go from not having any money in my bank account when I was 20 to kind of going through this whole journey of like building my business and saving up the money so that I can pay for the surgery. And it's not really something special. I'm sure a lot of other people, have their own story and have their own examples of where they worked really hard and accomplishing something and that they did it themselves. So I'm not saying that, look at me, like I did all this. So I don't think I'm special or anything, but I do feel very proud of doing this. And it's something that I'm really happy that I've accomplished. Again, I don't really care for like a nice house, nice car. I just literally just want to like make enough passive income so that I can live a normal, frugal life and just travel around the world, be super healthy, be happy, and like do some wingsuiting around the world because I want to start doing that. So yeah, I was like super frustrated between the age of 20 to 24 financially, and finally being able to get the surgery done is like removing the shackles, that I had weighing me down the whole time. So even though I'm making a lot more money than 4 years ago, 30K is still a lot of money. Of course, I don't think 30K will ever be a little bit of money that I can just throw it away. But thanks to my business, if I keep living frugally like this, it's something that I can save up within a couple months. So I guess the whole point of this video is really if you feel like, something is weighing you down, whether that's financially or otherwise, which I'm sure every single one of us have something that's, restricting you and that you want to fix. I urge you to just tackle it head on and, work towards solving that. It might feel like a huge obstacle in your eyes. For me, $30,000 was huge, but every single month I would chip away and just save a little bit more every single month. And eventually, over the long run, it compounds and it really adds up. And eventually, you will solve that problem and you will feel amazing doing it because you're the one that created the reality. You're the one that worked so hard to achieving that. And it's something that you can be proud of. That sounds really cheesy, and I hate cheesy things, but I think that's really the case. And going back to the topic of money, money can't buy happiness, but it definitely gets you a lot of options, and that leads to more freedom. So, I'm not financially free yet or anything, but, working towards that definitely is giving me much more emotional and mental freedom that comes with it. Being able to really afford a lot more stuff that I want to do, paying for the surgery that's improving my physical health. So that was a story with my jaw surgery, and I have no idea if people will like this video, if it would even make sense to them, if they can relate to it. If you can relate to this somewhat, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're struggling with or what you want to solve, whatever the problem you have in your life, whether that's financially or otherwise. If you are watching this, you're going to get the double surgery. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Although I am coming up with another video specifically talking about like what to expect when it comes to getting this surgery. And if you guys do like this kind of story time type of video, and if you want to see other videos like this, I can definitely talk about how I lost over 100 grand when I was 23 from a bad business decision that I've made, or a separate occasion where I lost tens of thousands of dollars from just pretty much online scams. So let me know if you're interested in the comments, and make sure if you do enjoy this video, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. So this was a longer video than usual, but if you stuck to the end, if you watched everything through, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.